And welcome back to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from ZZ Pookie for You, one of my favorite names that I have as one of my viewers and requesters. He asked the question: Who would win a fight? Robin from Batman versus Luigi. Now, for you didn't specify which Robin. I mean, there's Tim Drake. There's Tim Drake. Dick Grayson, there's Jason Todd, there's I can't even remember her name from Dark Knight Returns. There's Damian Wayne. Generally speaking, though, but when you're dealing with the Robins, not their other version like Red Hood, Nightwing, so forth, the Robins themselves are all kind of uniformly equal to each other in terms of their gear and things along those lines. With the exception of Damien, who does carry the occasional more lethal weapon like a blade or something on him. They're all pretty much unique. The question really just would become personality-wise, because personality-wise, all three of them are different Robins. So when looking over this, we'll do a brief synopsis of how we'd fare against each and every Robin. But generally speaking, the Robins all carry they're all masters of hand-to-hand combat on some form. Again, we're not actually using the Dark Knight Returns. I was just using that example. They're all masters in hand-to-hand combat. They're all trained by Batman. None of them are as skilled as Batman. Hell, Damian's not even theoretically as skilled as, say, Nightwing. But they're all different in one way or another. Really, they carry the standard amount of bat equipment or Robin equipment. In Robin's case, they're more wingdings than batarangs. They're still batarangs, but they're named something else and look like something else. Excuse me. So, he'll have those. He'll have his smoke bombs. He'll have grappling hook. He'll probably have some knockout gas, some smoke grenades, and we'll even give him a few minor plastic explosives, because that's something that he would have, or an explosive batarang. Masonic batarangs as well, or wingdings, as we were. Now, so it comes down to personality of Robin. Sorry, I'm trying to formulate which one I'm talking about first. Dick Grayson was the original Robin. He's probably the one who got fed up with Batman was the most fed up with Batman, then went out to stake his own claim as Nightwing. But as Robin, he was still a loyal partner. He's the only one that they said could actually take over the mantle of the Bat if Batman needed to pass it on. But he's different enough from Batman that he's not as gloomy, dark, or as, negative about outlook of things. Tim Drake's actually the least damaged of any of the Robins. He is the most normal individual among them. That's for certain. He's capable. He's actually considered to be maybe the smartest one. Even Ra's al Ghul acknowledged that he was extremely intelligent, and dangerous by how intelligent he actually was. So, he's probably the best strategist among them. Then you get to Jason Todd, who was probably the most volatile, had the most issues with him. So he's probably one of the two remaining ones, maybe the easier to rile up as Robin, mind you. As Red Hood, that's different. But as Robin, he's probably the easiest to rile up. Damian, though, if you hit the right nerve, you can rile him up pretty well. But Damian is probably the most ruthless because he's the one who has the least amount of qualms about killing someone. In fact, if he was trained by Ra's al Ghul and his mom to be okay with killing, so Batman kind of had to train that out of him. And I don't think he fully did. He still got that in him. So again, and they carry a bow staff too. They're very skilled with bow staffs. So that is more or less Robin. Luigi, younger brother of Mario, the citizen of the Mushroom Kingdom, stands at 5'5" and 200 pounds, which means he's at least as tall. He's taller than at least Damian Wayne Robin. Maybe even the Tim Drake Robin, but it depends what age you're catching him at. If we're going by like the TV, the cartoon, yeah, he'd be taller than that Robin. If you're going by like the actual comics, no, I think that Tim Drake was taller than 5'5" at that point in his life when he was like actual teenager older teenager. And Dick Grayson, Jason Todd kind of goes without saying. However, he, despite the way it comes off, he is actually, he's dorky. Dorky. He's cowardly. He's scared of pretty much everything. He's very clumsy, but at the same time, he's not without abilities. First of all, I mean, he is capable of throwing punches. You know, he deals with Koombas and the Koopas all the time. But also, he's faster than Mario. We know he's faster than Mario. We know he's got enhanced speed and stamina. He's got super jumping abilities he learned from Yoshi. A super punch. He's got a super jump as well, not just the scuttle jump. He's got an attack called the Green Missile, where he launches himself the Luigi Cyclone, which I'm guessing is like a oh crap. Sorry, I'm pretty much going off a death battle, everything they showed up. So I almost got off, landed off the Cyclone basically spins around like woo, spinning around, woo. But you get past this other thing. He also has equipment like the Ultra Hammer, the Thunder Hand, which is basically he's able to charge up lightning in his hand. Vanishing Power Flower, which makes him invisible and intangible, but you know, on the trade-off that he's not able to really hurt you in an intangible, invisible form. The Poltergeist 5000, which really only works on ghosts, so yeah, there's no real need to go over that. The Negative Zone, which is, because he spent, as they explained it in Screw Attack, Death Bow, the Negative Zone has basically, he spent so much time in Mario Shower, he developed like a negative energy field around him. From a range, he has random effects like dizziness, decreases enemy weight, trips foes, constantly damages, other effects. So it's just negatively, consistent inconsistencies and just randomness. So, in putting Luigi up against Robin, what does Robin have over Luigi? Well, Robin, any version you go with here, is going to easily be more skilled in combat. Robin will also have experience fighting superhuman individuals, probably even more so than Luigi does when you really break it down. Despite the fact that superhuman individuals are kind of non-human superhuman individuals are kind of the bread and butter of the Mario world, and the opponents they fought like Bowser or King Koopa, as he's known, eggplants, or Goombas, Koopas. There's other characters too. He fights ghosts. I might argue that Robins have fought superhuman individuals, metahumans, far more often. And is that weird to say? That might be a little weird to say. More powerful individuals than, say, Bowser or anything like that. So Robin's the more skilled in fighter. Physically, that's up for interpretation. We know that Dick Grayson is probably the most agile of them, as he's the best acrobat, capable of doing a quadruple backflip. But ultimately, I mean, it's okay. Let's get this fight. So we'll start with against the Dick Grayson one first. The Dick Grayson Robin. These guys fight, and let's say Luigi's hunting ghosts, and he even captures the gentleman ghost or something like that. And it's like, oh, I got you. It's like, he's coming with us. It's like, oh no, wait, you don't understand. I could. Luigi tries to get the ghost. It's like, you want them here? And then it's like, get him out of there. Get him out. Or not. Let's say he captures Dead Man. That'd be hilarious, because Dead Man's actually a hero. So ultimately, he catches them, and they have to go rescue Dead Man, and the fight begins. Now Luigi is trying to get away from Robin. Robin's like, "You're not going anywhere." Maybe gets him in a bola, which he'd also have. Trips him up. Luigi's able to get out of it, and does it's like fine, and then does like the Thunder Hand, just fires lightning at Robin. Robin gets zapped, but I don't think he'd be able to zap something with enough power to kill Robin, and Robin also wears a body armor anyway. So Robin would feel it and be like, ah! It's like, oh, you don't want the best. He pulls out the Ultra Hammer, which Robin's probably wondering where he got that from. Comes in to attack, and Robin's just ching ching, gets at the bow step, bing ching ching, puts a explosive on Luigi, who's it's like, what? And then, oh that just basically gets blown away. He gets up though because they can take a hit. Luigi can take a hit without too much difficulty. He could probably take like a plastic explosive. The fight goes on again. Now Robin's throwing out wingdings and batarangs and stuff like that. Well, you know what I mean. Wingdings, smoke grenades, that whole bit. And he's more or less trying to figure out how to, approach this guy. Luigi's getting hit by some, but his clumsiness is actually saving him in many other regards. Excuse me. So he's just like, it's like, uses the Poltergeist 5000 to actually at least suck up the smoke. It's like, my turn! And then Robin's about to come in for a punch, and all of a sudden, the negative zone takes effect, and in the area they'd be fighting, which would probably be like a basement or something like that, he couldn't get out of the negative zone, so the effects happen, and he starts to feel dizzy, he's tripping, Luigi's just dancing around. Robin goes to his belt for something, and basically just throws a wingding down, and all of a sudden a sonic noise, a high-pitched sonic noise just comes out, and just goes and just starts ringing in Luigi. He's like, Robin finally the negative zone dissipates. He's collecting himself, but he just smacks Luigi in the back of the head. Boom! My head. Why? He's like, I'll tell you why, and then he just kind of knocks him out cold at that point. Now we know Luigi can take some damage, but like Mario, he's actually pretty squishy in the games, and even in the series, they weren't that durable. So, I mean, they had more stamina than your normal person, but take a solid hit, particularly when you get into the actual human anatomy, you'll get knocked out if you can take basically a rabbit punch to the back of the head like that. And I think Dick Grayson Robin would definitely take a win. Tim Drake, I think, would actually take an easier win because he's a bit more level-headed, I think, than Dick is. He would be able to figure out a bit easier how to approach Luigi. They'd all still get affected by the negative zone. I think they would all still get affected by the negative zone. I think he would just ultimately have a slightly easier time more or less approaching Luigi and dealing with him. Jason Todd, he'd be the easiest one of them to get frustrated. And I think if he can't get a kill blow on Luigi, he would probably end up, wasting a bit of his arsenal and being even more affected by the negative zone, maybe being knocked out. I think Jason Todd's the Robin that stands the best chance of losing this fight. Damien actually would have probably an easier time with Luigi than any of the other ones because he'd probably be willing to kill Luigi if it came down to it. And he probably has a scythe or a blade of some kind on him to kill Luigi if that again came down to it. So I would say that because otherwise all the fights would generally kind of go as I depicted. Robin would be throwing out whatever techniques he could, or techniques, whatever, equipment and fighting styles he could at him. But Luigi's randomness would be odd for Robin to effectively counter initially. I think Dick and Tim stand a solid chance of, intellectually countering him. And Damien, I think, stands the best chance of legitimately winning because he has he doesn't care about killing his buddy. It's not as big a concern for him. He'll do it if he absolutely has to. And Jason, I think, is actually the one Robin that may actually lose the fight because he's so hot-headed. And again, I'm talking about Jason Todd as Robin, not as Red Hood. As Red Hood, he'd probably waste Luigi because he's actually has guns on him. And we don't see Luigi or Mario go up against firearms pretty much at all. So, yeah, that's my thoughts, which means 3 out of 4 times of saying that Robin's going to win the fight. But there's a 25% chance that Luigi would win a fight against out of all the Robins, he'd win. And I'm not even saying that Jason Todd loses all the fights. I'm saying Luigi wins all the fights. I'm just saying Jason's the one I think that has the best chance of losing and probably would lose more than he beats Luigi. I'm not going to go into the whole how many often would one of these guys win ultimately. In this case, when I have to do more than one version of a character, unless it's like only 2 or 3 versions. In that case, it's fine. Or there's a extreme difference between the characters. In this case, there isn't. They're all human. It's just about personality. But that's my thoughts on this who would win. What do you think? Put in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to it at some point. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win. Star Wars, Superior Magic, What If. Anything you do on the channel, put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a little bit.